Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman Lois Season 4. Today we got this big first look roundup that we're going to be talking about. We got new looks at Jimmy Olsen in Superman Lois. We got brand new set photos from an upcoming episode. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. So this is going to be a big Superman Lois video. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. We've got a returning character. We got a brand new character in Jimmy Olsen. We got a first look at him. We got photos from Canada Graphs and a whole blog post to break down from Canada Graphs from an upcoming episode in season 4. And we know that they are about 3 weeks away from finishing filming, so there's not going to be too much more behind the scenes, but obviously we're going to cover as much as we can over the next 3 weeks or so as they head towards those final episodes. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into this. First things first, this is our first look at the new Jimmy Olsen, played by none other than Gregory Smith's brother. Now Gregory Smith is a director on the show and his brother is playing Jimmy Olsen. That casting was announced a while ago, but we got a first look at Douglas Smith as Jimmy Olsen. Yes, he doesn't have ginger hair. That is the main thing that pokes out to me, I guess, at first. I was kind of debating, are they going to dye his hair? They're going to go comic book accurate, or are they just going to stick to who they've cast? Well, yeah, he is obviously got brown hair, and I think the most telling thing about this first look at Jimmy Olsen is in fact that he is on the Smallville set. He is not on any set. There is no reason why he would be here. Yes, his brother's directing the episode. Maybe he wanted to watch a scene that they were doing. But if they were doing all Metropolis scenes, all flashback scenes, why would he be here? Yes, maybe this is in that flashback episode and maybe does come to Smallville in the past, but that's something new because we haven't heard them talk about Jimmy Olsen maybe ever, or at least for a long time. So yeah, he's going to be showing up and presumably he's going to be in Smallville because that is the set that this photo is taken from. So let me know, are you looking forward to Jimmy Olsen in this new season of Superman Lois? Also, as I said and mentioned on some live streams recently, it's been confirmed that Superman Lois is doing a lot of flashbacks. I don't know if it's like a full flashback episode or not, but we presume, Jimmy Olsen is going to play a part in that, played by Douglas Smith himself. And this was confirmed with some photos of Bitsy and Tyler at the Daily Planet on one of their sets in Vancouver. And so with that means, we're going back in the past, we're going to visit what happened before. Presumably this is just linked into their life as reporters because that is seemingly a lot of the behind the scenes photos are them reporting this season. So I think we're going to go flashback to when, Lex Luthor was at large and they were trying to take him down. Obviously that is like a big deal because now Lex is out, he is coming for vengeance for Lois. That was established at the end of season 3, and I think we're gonna have some flashbacks to do with that in this episode. Don't know what episode it is. It could be episode 5, it could be episode 6. I don't know exactly what's going on, but yeah, you're gonna get some Daily Planet content, which is obviously super exciting if you're a Clark Kent and Lois Lane Daily Planet Metropolis fan, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's move on to talk about our main topic of today's video. This is like some really good first looks at the actors actually shooting. Now, we've had lots of behind the scenes, and that is, photos in between takes, that is photos when they're waiting around. This is our first good look from Canada Graphs. Obviously, Canada Graphs, I hope you're doing well if you're watching this video. Really appreciate you going out, taking photos earlier this month. And it's great to see these high quality photos, getting to actually have a look at them actually like in the middle of filming, and that's just what we used to get a lot. But Superman Lois hasn't been out that much. Like if they've been out, they've been on their private Smallville set or out in the middle of nowhere where it's hard for, I guess paparazzi style photographers or videographers to try and get, actual good looks at the new episodes. Or I think it's just maybe they've got a little bit less interested because there is not much Superman content going on. Yes, if Superman was roaming the streets, definitely people are going to be taking loads of photos of that. But so far this season, as I've said previously, we haven't had a Superman behind the scenes shot of Tyler in the actual suit, which is just kind of crazy to me. It's a little bit worrying. I did mention this before because I don't know how much Superman we're going to get this season. But let's break down these Superman Lois Season 4 Episode 7 set photos from Canada Graphs. Again, link to the blog is in the description below. You can check out more photos there, but we're going to pop up some on the screen as we talk about this, and we'll break them down afterwards. But Tyler Hoechlin was there, Eric Valdez and Sophia Hasmak were all there for this episode. I'm not entirely sure what day these photos were actually taken on, but at least it was sometime earlier this month, because the cast and crew of Superman Lois were filming scenes as pictured in downtown Cloverdale, which is in Vancouver. After a short shoot, their downtown set moved to about 10 blocks away in the morning and early afternoon. The episode is being directed by Gregory Smith, and so the scenes shot on this day include Tyler Hoechlin as Clark Kent, and Eric Valdez as Kyle Cushing, and Sophia Hasmak as Chrissy Beppo. As I said, this is for episode 7, the final episode of Superman Lois is episode 10, and we know this is the episode where potentially Jimmy Olsen is going to be in it, because it's again directed by Gregory Smith, and he's the brother of Gregory Smith, that being Douglas Smith, who plays Jimmy Olsen. And so the first scene that they actually filmed had Kyle and Chrissy doing a scene where they were sharing a meal on a park bench outside the fire hall. So the fire hall is supposed to be set in Smallville. It's supposed to be where Kyle works. We've seen it before. And so they were on location in downtown Vancouver filming this. They had a long conversation. Unfortunately, Canada Graphs didn't really hear any of the dialogue, so we can't really report on that. But the scene had Chrissy lean into Kyle at the end, and Kyle giving her a kiss on the top of her head. So Sophia was then wrapped, and then they moved on, prepping for another shot that they had to do there that day. And so yeah, this is the photo you can see on the screen right here. This is with Kyle and Chrissy. They're out, just eating some takeaway and, having a coffee, as you can see. And this is him in his uniform. So yeah, I guess we're going to get some more stuff at the fire station. Obviously, that's something that we were questioning. Is that going to be that important? Are they going to show him at his job? Is Jonathan going to be there? I still feel very confident that Jonathan will barely be there this season, just because it's going to be a little bit of a waste of time. Kyle's not going to be there all season. Chrissy is definitely not going to be there all season. She's not going to be at the Smallville Gazette all the time, and I presume that means just less of those two characters, but it's good to see them here. Now, I think, as I said, we're going to get a lot less of them this season, so this could be their final episode. And obviously that will be a big deal for them, because they need to find a good way of wrapping their story, and I believe it will be in this episode. So that's episode 7, that is nearly at the end of the final season. So a bit later, the crew all moved into the fire truck bay, and there they had a scene where Clark showed up, and it was Clark and Kyle having a conversation, as you can see on the screen right here. Again, a lengthy conversation that Canada Graphs could not hear, but during it, Kyle asked the rest of the people in the fire hall to leave for a moment so they can chat in private, so that being Kyle and Clark. And so at the end of that chat, you see Clark looking at a barbecue that has a for sale sign on it. Unfortunately, because of the way the scene is designed, Clark was never facing Canada Graphs for it, so you got very little in the way of shots of him facing him during the actual filming of the scene. But as you can see from the photos, we got a couple of good looking photos of Tyler on the set with Eric. Now, obviously they've had scenes before, they've had their drama in the past, but it's great to see them on set. I'm guessing one of the guys who work at the fire station is, selling their barbecue, and as you can see on the photo, this is just, Clark potentially looking at it, just having like a funny moment before maybe the scene ends. Again, it's a lengthy conversation. I think you're going to get a lot of conversations this season, because they're definitely going to scale back on a lot of things, and that's something they're definitely not going to scale back on. They're probably going to get more in depth in terms of big conversations, in terms of wrapping characters up, and I believe this could be Kyle's final episode. Now, obviously, you've got episode 8, you've got episode 9, you've got episode 10, but those episodes are going to be reserved really for the main characters, and the main characters, obviously, I don't want to kind of exclude those X-series regulars, but the CW has deemed them a bit more unnecessary than, the Kent family and Lex Luthor. They're going to get all the screen time, especially in those final episodes. And also, one final topic, we've got the confirmation that Also in this episode that they're currently filming right now, we have the return of Taylor Buck as Natalie in the final season. We know she was there for 1 episode, potentially 2 episodes before, but as far as we know, most of the guest stars are going to only be in 2 episodes this season. But she is back in Vancouver and filming. Don't know if it's for episode 7 or if it's for the start of episode 8, and she'll be in that episode with Will Parks. Obviously, they will have a lot to cram in if they also included Natalie and John Henry Irons in that episode 7. So maybe I'm going to take the presumption it could be episode 8 where she shows up. She just posted a couple of photos on Instagram. Hopefully we get some good behind the scenes set photos of hopefully her on set with Tyler, with, you know, Jonathan, with Jordan as well. So I'm really looking forward to everything that's going on with Superman Lois Season 4. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys are hyped for this season. It's coming out in the fall, but filming is going to be finishing very, very soon in the next like 3 weeks. They've got like 3 episodes left to film. I guess they're going to get it done. I don't know exactly what point they're at, but I presume they're on episode 8 already. And then they're going to quickly move on to episode 9 and episode 10 for those final couple of weeks. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also, turn on notifications and also subscribe if you're new around here so you don't miss any videos. We've got videos up on the channel right now that I'm sure will interest a lot of you guys. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.